Alright, for buying and selling ships. So first, you pick the ship that you're interested in selling. So I'm just going to grab this one. And you can zoom out to see that's a trade station, that's an equipment dock where you can change your upgrade, equip, or do things like that, but you cannot buy or sell a ship at an equipment dock. The wharves, you can do small and medium ships at. The shipyard is for large and extra large. So that one's a small ship, so I can right click. Oh, you gotta have it selected. So I can right click and I can sell the ship, and it'll tell me how much I get for it. And then to buy a ship, you click on the station, or right click on it. Well, click on it and then right click on it. And then you pick what size, medium or small, or in the case of the shipyard, it's going to be large or extra large. Then you pick which ship you want. The ships will be dependent on what your ranking is with them. So these you can always get, but in order to get the military ships, you have to have a license for them. So I'll go with the miner, and you always have to pick your engines, and your thrusters, your shield, your weapons, and with this being a mining ship, I'm either going to want to put the turrets as the mining, or put the front weapon as the mining. In this case, I'm going to put the front weapon as mining, so I can use the turrets for defense. And then you have to load your software. I'd always recommend getting the Mark II software for docking. When you are piloting it, it makes it a lot faster and easier. Then you have to have flight, scanners, targeting. You do not need the targeting if you're not going to be flying it, but given how much you're paying for the ship, you might as well add the targeting, scanner, and trade software. The trade software does help for ships that you'll be trading with. Here are the deployables. So, advanced satellites are twice as good as normal satellites and cost 10 times as much. Nav beacons are just a spot where you can float in there in space. Resource probes are good for a mining ship to have because it'll let you see what resources are in a wide area. Then laser towers kind of for defenses, and then mines and countermeasure flares. You always have to buy a crew or captain. Then you can mass add crew here. Like I can add 4 servicemen and then 4 marines. Or I can do all servicemen, or I can do all marines and then change them to servicemen. So, and then I can set what my turrets are doing once it gets built. So I can have these 2 defend. And then to build it, you click add to shopping list. And then you do confirm. So it's saying here that it's going to have to wait for resources, and this is what it's missing. So probably won't have to wait too long for those resources, but if you want to speed it up, you can bring those resources to it directly. So you click confirm, and now they'll start working on that ship. And then you'll see right here that it's under construction. And you can right click and cancel it if you want. Upgrading a ship is pretty much the same way. So this time I'll do the equipment dock. And then you can upgrade it. You can choose your weapons. You can set your crew. And then again, you just add it to the shopping list, confirm order. So for mass changing crew, I'm going to go to this one because I know it has quite a few crewmates. So you go over to the crew tab, and you'll see that I've got 17 Marines and 8 crewmen. So I can drag this down, and now I've got 7 crewmen that are unassigned. If I click this, it'll fire them. Or I can just switch them all over to service, so now all of them are service crews and vice versa. This is also a quick way to switch all of your crew from being Marines to servicemen and from crew to Marines. So like if you want to save them up to where you can dock or board, you can keep them as service crews so they're helping repair the ship as you go. Then you can quickly swap over to what you want it to be. And then the higher the rank the Marine is, the better they are. You can reset. Alright, so we found a derelict vessel. So in order to claim it, you have to first get out of your ship and go to your spacesuit. And then you'll see a little sensor spot there. You have to be in scan mode. So you fly up next to that data leak.
Magpie, Vanguard.
Now it's your ship. So at this point you can either dock into it yourself.
Docking aborted.
Or you can go to your crew and just send somebody to go fly it. So now I can give that one orders. Alright, so this is how you claim a derelict ship with one of your other pilots. So you pick the one that has your Marines on it. Now you need to make sure that you have more than one Marine on the ship. So when I look at this one, it has 17. The reason why you want to make sure you have more than one Marine is because this happens. Every time I've sent a ship with just one Marine to claim a derelict ship, they end up just sitting in a boarding pod and never boarding. But if you have 2 or more, it'll send it, claim it, and everything's good. So I'm going to go ahead and tell the ship to claim it. And we'll go ahead and watch how that works. So there's my ship. There's the boarding pod. And this is where we activate the CETA. And now I have the ship claimed. That is how you have your other ships claim it instead of you. We are going to look at station management now. So, in order to build or add on to a station, you need satellites deployed so you can find builders. everything needs a dock, so that's usually a good place to start. So, but you also need to buy a plot. So for managing plots, you click here, and then you get to pick how big you want your plot size to be. So I'm going to go ahead and make it as big as I can. Oh, okay, I guess it can only be.
Subscribe.
So it's not letting me build it any bigger than that. So I'm going to click create plot, and now I get to place it where I want it. So I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to buy the license. I have a cat visiting me. And I'm going to click continue, and I can put on my dock. And then go down to others for a base module. And then I will put my solid, so solid will hold ore. This one is for, that one's just a Pilati container. That'll hold stuff that's been made. So to rotate it, you have to rotate your screen, and then you can rotate the product, the module, based on where your screens look, how your screen's looking at it. And then you can try to snap it in somewhere. So like I'll snap the storage right there. Storage is basically the second thing you have to have. And then you can put whatever productions you want to do. So like I put normal storage, so I'm going to make this one do quantum tubes. So I'm going to hook that on. And then everything requires energy cells, so let's just tack a few on here. And then you'll see that I have to assign or hire a builder. Oh, well, first I have to confirm it. I need to assign and hire a builder. And so now the only thing I'm going to be able to see are stations and the builders. So there's one I can hire. Oh, nope, can't hire him. Here's one I can hire. So I can right click and select him. And so he's going to go and start building this module, the station. And it's going to say I don't have enough resources. That's because somewhere out here in space there's going to be a little building modular where I can send resources to. And what you can also do is grab your ship and come here and grab some of the claytronics it needs. I can tell it to trade with the wares and drop off a fifth of the claytronics it needs. Alright, so to manage your stations, you want to go into logistics view. You gotta click it first, and you can go into logistics view. The planning build is how you build and add things to it. So in logistics, I can go in to see what's going on. So energy cells, I am both producing them, but I also need them to produce the water that I've got on this station. So this tells it, alright, you can set how much it's going to buy. You can also set what price you're going to buy it at. And then you can customize rules on who it buys from, if you want to. So, same thing with the ice. This is telling you that it's a solid storage, so that's what it goes into. This is how much I've got and how much I can hold. This is how much I'm using an hour. Ice isn't something you can produce, you just drop it off. It's going to automatically buy however much ice it needs. The price I've got set to 26, the lowest. If I set it to automatic, it would be spending 30. Then again, you've got trade rules. You can also create or delete sell offers. So this is saying that it would sell all but that, so I can set it down to here. But then this is telling you how much you can store of it. And same thing with, so then you can remove the sell offer. Like, I'm not using advanced electronics for anything, so I could go ahead and create a sell offer just to sell off all my advanced electronics. And I could even, yeah, and then the water, this is what my things are producing. So like I've got water and it's working at 100%. I have no workforce, so it's not producing as fast as it could, so I've got no additional output. But I'm producing 5,700, almost 5,800 ice in an hour, or water in an hour. And then over here, you can see how much I've got stored, how much I produce. I'm not buying it, but I am selling it. I've set the price instead of letting it do automatic, because if I do automatic, it's going to be that and almost nobody will buy it. But if I do it this way, I can set it pretty low so that everybody's buying my water and I'm not having anything to worry about. Alright, so this is the research tree. So teleportation is pretty much the best one you've got. Best one on here. The first teleportation will let you teleport anywhere within the sector. This one will be up to 3 sectors away. And then you can go to this one and it'll be 5 systems away. And if you go all the way up to here, you can teleport anywhere in the map. This works great for being able to position your ship so you can just jump to the next quest right after you finish the first one, or you can use it to quickly get around your stations and stuff. These are what you need to research in order to be able to get the module that's specified. So for enabled to get a docking module with hacking, you need to, or through a data leak, you have to have this one. And same thing for production, storage, defense, and habitation. The one that you do not need a research skill for are the different connecting modules that go in between the dock or production or storage. These are modifications you can make to your ship. So the chassis modifications will be like having more health or more resistance to the hazardous areas. The engine mods will make it go faster or turn quicker. Shield mods will give you either more shields or quicker recharge time, things like that. Weapons will be things like it'll be able to shoot faster, or it will be able to turn faster if it's a turret, or reload, or take longer to get too hot, things like that. But teleportation is definitely the best one to start with because it's super useful. Alright, so this is how you get plans and stuff through a Spacesuit EMP. In order to load your EMP, you have to go up to your ship while you're in your spacesuit, and then you need to set your ammunition to the EMP. Then you can launch the EMP. And then when you detonate it, you'll see several several of the data leaks pop up. So then you can go and collect them, and if you do not already have the blueprint for this section, one of them will be the blueprint. So that was a commission for when people sell things. And that's the blueprints. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the other two. There's always 4. Last one.